Now, it's time to take a look at the AMX-30-105. And for some reason, I kind of struggled with this vehicle. I don't know why. I don't know what's up with the 32-105, but for some reason I played much better with the AMX-30B2 and the Mars 15 than with this thing. Now on paper it looks pretty good. It is a very fast vehicle, has the same speed as the 30B2. Does seem to have a bit better armor, but it does lack those explosive reactive armor blocks, which might be a problem when being hit by ATGMs, since ATGMs will easily just punch through any type of armor. The reload is the same, penetration is about the same. This vehicle does get does get a heat ammo. My apologies, I almost said HEATFS. It doesn't have HEATFS. It gets default heat ammo, which pretty much sucks. The other ammo is a PFSDS that I'll be using. The ammo on the main gun is pretty good, and it does seem to have the same performance as the 30B2. Although there is one difference though. This vehicle does have a stabilizer, which means that the main gun is stabilized, you can shoot on the move. But it does feel like this vehicle is a bit slower than the 30B2. So yeah, that's one thing to keep in mind. Even though the top speed on both is the same, for some reason this thing felt slower when I used it. So yeah, I don't know why that was the case, but I think that's just some power to weight ratio differences between the vehicles. The stabilizer, I thought that I played this vehicle better than the 30B2, but that wasn't the case. This vehicle doesn't like me. This tank really doesn't like me, because I don't know actually what's the problem. I played Leopard A1 really good. I played AMX-30B2 really well, even without the gun being stabilized. But with this vehicle I struggled, and not really struggle when it comes to I don't know how to explain it, honestly. I just didn't have enough luck with this vehicle for some reason. However, it does work good, I guess. I mean, the thing that I don't like about this vehicle is that it feels like a heavy tank. It does feel like a heavy tank in the with the armor of a medium tank, or should I say with non-existent armor. The armor on this vehicle is not that good. It has a sloped front surface, but in high tier armor doesn't really matter much. Anything just punches through. ATGMs did struggle with the 30B2, because the 30B2 has those explosive reactive armor blocks on the front, and they honestly did help a lot at absorbing heat, HEATFS shells, and even ATGMs. With this vehicle you don't get that, so yeah, I'm not really sure why that's the case. I'm not really sure if, you know, sometimes when I look at these platoons, I mean, it's a good tank obviously, but it does feel a bit weird. It does look like a Abrams in a way. It's kind of funny. I mean, it has the same type of turret, although when you look at this tank from the front, it kind of does look like a Leopard, honestly. I mean, the AMX-30B2 and the 32-105 from the front kind of look like a modified Leopard A1, to be honest. I'm not really sure if that's because I mean, I'm very sure these vehicles were developed. Was it at the same time? I actually forgot. After all, I mean, it's a rank 15 vehicle, and Leopard is a rank 14 vehicle. And honestly, now after driving these vehicles, the Leopard A1 does kind of seem too strong for rank 14, to be honest. Has a stabilizer. It's ridiculously fast. I would say that the Leopard is more maneuverable than this thing. It is such a weird tank, because when you play it, you would you would think that you're playing the Abrams, and that thing isn't really known for its speed, right? Get stuck in the mud and whatnot, but this doesn't feel like a medium tank. It honestly feels like a heavy tank. It feels like a modern heavy tank that we have. Although it's obviously not a heavy tank. It's a main battle tank, medium tank. But it has this. It has this weird construction. This turret is also pretty big, and I mean it does move decently fast, I guess. Decent acceleration, and I'm personally fine with its speed. But if I like to drive, if I use the Leopard, that thing just flies. It goes to top speed in no time. This vehicle is definitely a bit slower when it comes to acceleration. It is fast, it has good top speed, but the acceleration isn't really the best. Mars 15 is okay, and the 30B2 is decent. If I had to, I mean, I guess the best vehicle of the platoon that is maybe the Mars. Actually, the Mars is it played, in my case at least, I played Mars better than I played the 30B2, and I've played Mars better than I played this thing, that's for sure. So I would say the 30B2 might be the best vehicle in the platoon, at least, you know, based on what it can do on the stats and based on my personal experience with the vehicle. Although I guess maybe it is different from player to player, I don't know. But that's just my experience with these tanks. It's obviously not a bad vehicle, don't get me wrong, it's obviously not a bad vehicle. The main gun is really good, and the ammo that you get with it, I mean APFSDS, it's all I need. And of course artillery hits me. I love how artillery always hits me and no one else gets hit by it. And the match is won. That was a decent match. Not the best, but you know, yeah, I did not have much luck with this thing for some weird reason. For some weird reason, the the 32-105 doesn't like me. Oh well, let's go to the next match. And on this map, now you can play the peek and shoot game with this vehicle. And it works really well. I mean, it works with any vehicle that has a good reverse speed, honestly. But it works decently with this thing. Although it is risky, and you definitely do not want to get hit by anything, because it is just bad news if you get hit. Has no armor, and everything can just penetrate without much of a problem, just like that STB. The STB has bad ammo, but it still penetrates without a problem. But I also penetrate without a problem, since I do get APFSDS, and that's pretty nasty when it comes to penetration. The default hit shells on this thing are just garbage. Let me be 100% honest with you. I tried to use this vehicle with the classic hit shells. It's garbage. If you want to drive this vehicle, just level up the platoon to level 8 and unlock the unlock the APFSDS shells. Just don't play this vehicle with the normal heat shells, they suck. Not because the shell itself is bad, but the way the damage works with heat is just, it's not even HETFS, it's just default heat. I actually had to shoot a IT-1 maybe 5 or 6 times just because the explosion, the internal post-penetration damage, refused to kill one crew member, and I had to waste 5 shells directly hitting it. And even if you like have very good aim, and if you hit the exact same pixel where you have to hit in order to kill the vehicle, the heat shells, sometimes when they decide not to kill, it's just not going to kill if you keep shooting at it. Even if it should kill it, the APFS DS shells or any other shell would kill it, but heat just refuses to do that sometimes. And I find the default heat very unreliable. It is the same meme ammo as APCR. And if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, well, APCR is the ammo that's known to have good penetration, but non-existent interior damage, or should I say non-existent post-penetrating damage. Maybe it just like kills one crew member or something, but I just never use APCR because that ammo is just horrendous. It penetrates, but it does absolutely no damage. Same thing can be kind of said about the heat shells, the classic heat shells, the default heat shells. Although they do a bit more damage than APCR, that's for sure, but yeah, I don't really think, not that I don't think, but I don't recommend to use this vehicle with the heat shells. It sucks. I tried, and honestly I wish I hadn't. I wish that I just played the 30B2 until I leveled up to total 8. And my advice would be play the AMX-30B2 until it's at least level 8-10, so you can unlock the APFS DS shells on the AMX-30-105, because trust me, using the default heat on this thing is 100% suffering, and I suffered playing this with heat, and yeah, it is not good. But this ammo that I'm using right now, APFS DS, that's good. APFS DS is where it's at right now, so it's a solid ammo choice for sure. If you like to, it's going to be a ammo of choice in high tier, because in high tier everyone is using it, so you have to use it as well in order to be competitive. HETFS is good, but APFS DS is where it's at. Has very good speed and very good damage when it penetrates, so no complaints from me when it comes to APFS DS shell damage and penetration. It is awesome. Long story short, it's awesome. Now, what am I going to do here? Well, base capture. I think we're going to win the match. This position is really good for this vehicle as well. This position is universally good for all vehicles that have decent maneuverability and overall some good turret armor at least, or should I say good gun performance. This vehicle does have a good gun performance, so it is going to work really well for that location. Let's see if I can get some. Oh look, and he didn't kill it. Sometimes the fuel tank absorbs the shell, and that's pretty dumb if you ask me, but it's just how the game works. And let's go to the third and final match for today. Well, as you can see, I haven't had a good score with this vehicle so far. That's what I was talking about. I really have very little luck with this thing. This tank is one of those tanks that doesn't like me for some reason. Not really sure why. I played the Mars much better than this thing. I played the B2 much better than this thing. I simply cannot get a high score with this vehicle for some reason, and it's kind of annoying because I expected that I would be doing really well with it, because you know it does have this almost same stats as the Leopard, but apparently I was wrong. I was very wrong. Let's see if I can. Oh look, it did. I failed to hit the ammo. Well, let me see if I can do it second time. Well, it did scratch the ammo, I guess, set the tank on fire. Let's see if the next shell will kill it. Okay, that was a direct hit in the ammunition. Somehow I did not detonate it. That one definitely did detonate the ammo. There we go. Alright. First kill, I guess. Let's see if... You know, when you look at the vehicle, it definitely is no small vehicle, that's for sure. This thing is actually pretty big. Yeah, it's definitely a pretty big tank. I hit the... oh my god, I hit the ammo and nothing happens. Oh, the Leopard. The Leopard is such a troll vehicle, honestly. That thing is just sometimes the Leopard is pretty stubborn to be killed. And even if you shoot at it like 15 times, it refuses to die. Even if you kill all the crew members somehow, sometimes they're still alive. But so far, seems like the match is going well. Well, it does seem like the match is going well. We did capture the B zone. I think I'll go and replace that crew member. Oh look, a AMX-32, and did do some damage. Shell almost went through. Let me see if I can hit the ammo on this thing. Okay, killed the gunner. That means now you can actually penetrate that thing with your machine gun. This thing has a very good machine gun. I forgot to mention that. The machine gun is very decent on this thing. The B2 also has a very good machine gun, and overall I'm very happy with how it works. I forgot what caliber it is. I think it was like a 37mm auto cannon on this thing with some decent ammo. It can actually also be used to shoot down aircraft. I did get some air kills with these things, which is kind of funny when you think about it, but yeah, makes sense when you consider how... I mean, it's very easy to aim, just follow the tracers, and overall does seem to have very decent shell velocity to it. And I killed the aircraft. There we go. That was funny. Did not expect that to happen, but it did. And I got set on fire by someone. Not too sure where I got hit from, but yeah, someone is after my engine. And that's not a good thing, because now I have to repair the engine and I have to put down the flames. Okay, well, thankfully it has a smoke screen so I can hide myself. Yeah, the engine in the fuel tank is completely gone. Oh look, we have a tank in the middle. Let me see if I can put some shells into them and kill them. There we go. Alright. Maybe that tank hit me. I don't know. I mean, this is a pretty big vehicle, as I mentioned before, and it can be maybe a bit more difficult to hide it than the usual main battle tank, but I mean, besides being like huge, it's also wide. Just look at, well, not obviously you can't see it now, but just when I go back to the vehicle, just look how wide that thing is. It's honestly one of the more larger vehicles that we have. One of the more larger main battle tanks. Not necessarily a bad thing, but you know, when you try to hide it, it's maybe going to be a bit problematic, since it's huge. Alright, well, I did get one kill with the bombs, I guess, so not completely wasted. That vehicle was going after me, so I had to blow it up. Let's see if I can snatch some more kills from this position here, and then I may proceed to move forward. Well, I have repaired the tank. This tank is actually quite crippled when you think about it. Took a lot of hits and it's broken. I love the details, even though I'm running the game on medium because on maximum I can't see anything. My mouse is on fire. Let me see if I can nail the ammo. It's right here. Nope. Well, oh, okay. Didn't do any damage, I guess. That's a lucky mouse. Should have been blown up. But it didn't kill it, I guess. That's fine. Well, let's see if... okay, the tank seems to be blown up. So, well, I think this looks like a pretty solid victory to me, although I didn't do much again. Well, only 4 kills. That's by my standards, that's nothing. Up until I started to drive this vehicle, I was doing like on average, like 10 on average. But this vehicle doesn't like me for some reason, and I wasn't able to get a good score like that yet with the AMX-32. But it's not a bad tank, it's still a pretty good tank, and I like it. And that's kill number 5, I guess. I still like the vehicle, it's still good. It's just that apparently this vehicle doesn't like me for some reason. I don't know. And surprisingly, I actually expected it to be a bit more taller than this, but I guess it isn't tall. Can't shoot over the rocks that well, so I have to move. And that huge turret on top is also a magnet for HE shells, so yeah, not really the best position to be at with this vehicle. But let's go to this rock. We already won the match, so it doesn't really matter, but yeah, I would say decent. I would say a decent one for sure. Decent game, not going to complain. A victory is a victory. So that was the AMX-30-105. Definitely a very good vehicle, and honestly, I had fun driving it. So with that being said, if you guys want to support me, feel free to like and subscribe. And with that being said, stay safe. As always, I'll see you next time.